We're talking about the infamous moon bump theory. The claim that Meghan faked her pregnancies using a prosthetic belly. Wild, right? Well, guess what? That rumor didn't just crawl out of a conspiracy forum. It's been floating around, ignored or mocked until now. And who finally broke the silence? Not Meghan, not Harry, Christopher Boozy. Oh yes, the king of online defending, Meghan's ride-or-die keyboard warrior and founder of the Sussex Squad's Fortress on Twitter. The same guy who has spent years shutting down critics, labeling everyone racist or hateful, suddenly came out of the woodwork with a full-blown piece in Newsweek. His goal? To paint Meghan's life as a nightmare thanks to these so-called conspiracies. But the gag is, by doing this, Boozy just did what Meghan and her camp avoided for years. He admitted the rumors exist, and now all hell has broken loose. See, before this, if you dared even breathe the words fake bump, you were canceled. People who noticed Meghan's belly moving weirdly, folding unnaturally, or even just disappearing on certain days were tarred and feathered, labeled racist, trolls, conspiracy freaks. The palace, silent. Meghan, avoidant. Her team, busy, curating her brand. But now, Christopher Boozy, the same man who once accused Princess Catherine of faking her cancer video, who publicly mocked Prince William's appearance and likened the royal family to North Korean propaganda, he suddenly wants to talk compassion and truth. Please, let's call this what it is. Damage control. But oh boy, it's backfiring, because the minute Boozy put that article out there, the mainstream press pounced. The Daily Mail picked it up. Meghan Kelly, who once defended Meghan, openly admitted she brushed off the pregnancy rumors at first until she saw that twerking video Meghan posted while pregnant. That clip, the one Meghan shared to seem playful, it did the opposite. So instead of charming the public, it fueled the fire. People who never cared before started asking, wait, what am I looking at? Let's not act like Meghan didn't have chances to clear this up. She could have dropped a hospital pic, released a proper birth certificate, or even done a raw sit-down interview explaining the whole pregnancy timeline. But she didn't. She ducked every chance, and now her only defense is emotion? Boozy crying about how Meghan is suffering unimaginable cruelty? Spare us. The truth is, Meghan's critics aren't just nameless trolls on Reddit. They include doctors, journalists, and ex-supporters who genuinely rooted for her in the beginning. This moon bump theory isn't rooted in racism. It's rooted in questions, inconsistencies, and a never-ending series of shady moves. How do you explain the sudden staff departures during her pregnancies? Or the palace issuing statements that even they looked confused by? Something didn't add up, and the public noticed. But Boozy, he wants us to believe we're imagining it all. Well, guess what? People are wide awake now. And this isn't a fringe topic anymore. It's not just some online rabbit hole. It's become headline news. And the irony, Boozy thought he was defending Meghan, but he might have just exposed her further. Because when your loudest defender is also one of the most notorious trolls on the internet, that's not a good look. That's a red flag with blinking neon lights. Let's talk receipts. Boozy's whole shtick is playing the victim while dragging others through the mud. He's not just a fan. He's been baked into Meghan and Harry's public image. He even appeared in their Netflix documentary, not as an impartial expert, but as someone who has spent years trashing the royals online. His past comments? Vile. From mocking Prince William's appearance to belittling Kate's cancer announcement, this man's got a file cabinet full of nastiness, and yet now he wants to stand on a pedestal and call out others for being cruel? Seriously? It's not just hypocrisy, it's a tactic. One Meghan and her team know all too well. Distract from the controversy by creating new ones. Use surrogates like Boozy to throw flames while she plays the graceful Duchess. And of course, when in doubt, pull the race card. Look, let's be honest. Racism is real. Meghan absolutely faced unfair treatment early on, but every single time someone questions her behavior, it's not automatically racism. Sometimes it's just the truth. She skips the questions, she spins the answers, she blames others. That's not skin color, that's strategy. And if Boozy actually cared about uplifting women of color, wouldn't he want Meghan to set an example by being transparent? Instead, he throws tantrums and covers up messes like a royal cleanup crew. This isn't activism. It's PR spin. Think about it. If Meghan had quietly stepped away from the royal family and lived her life privately, there wouldn't be this obsession. People were excited for her in the beginning. They welcomed her with open arms, but she didn't just leave. She exploded out of that palace with drama, allegations, and a Netflix deal. She turned her life into a reality show and then cried foul when people tuned in. From secret births to leaked letters to crying claims to race accusations that Harry later contradicted, and then came Spare, the tell-all that aired more family laundry than a laundromat. Privacy? Meghan doesn't want it. She wants control. So when people see her talking about suffering while launching wine brands on Princess Diana's birthday, they don't see a victim. They see manipulation. Diana? She didn't need PR stunts. She earned love through compassion, through action. Meghan uses Diana's name like it's some promo code, and honestly, it's insulting. Now let's talk about the Invictus Game stunt. Prince Harry supposedly invited his father and brother, right? But get this, he leaked it to the media before even sending them a formal invite. That's not an olive branch. That's a trap, but a PR ambush dressed up as a reconciliation. He didn't want to heal the family. He wanted the headlines. Harry reaches out, family peace on the horizon. But behind the scenes, radio silence. And Meghan? Silent right next to him, watching it all unfold with that calculated stillness she's mastered. This is what they do. Create chaos, control the story, then act wounded when people push back. And that's exactly why this moon bump talk won't go away, because it's just one thread in a much bigger web, one suspicious moment in a whole pattern of secrecy, contradiction, and manipulation. It's not about one weird video, it's about years of unanswered questions. The way Meghan's belly seemed to vanish in certain pictures, the awkward, too soft folds in others, that strange moment when the bump moved in a way no human belly should, the security around the births, the conflicting palace statements, the cloak and dagger level privacy. It wasn't just protecting their child, it felt like covering something up. And now, when people ask about it, they get labeled cruel, racist, obsessed. But here's the thing, when the truth is missing, people start hunting for it. And what's worse, Meghan had every chance to shut this down years ago. People begged her to just be real, to release one hospital pic, to go on one credible platform and lay out the facts. But she never did. She chose silence. Now, silence is speaking louder than ever, and Boozy, he's not helping. Every time he opens his mouth, more people dig through the photos, rewatch the interviews, and start to wonder, what if it's all true? That's how conspiracy becomes curiosity, and curiosity becomes conviction. The internet doesn't forget. It remembers everything. It's got timelines, clips, and thousands of side-by-side comparisons. And it's not all coming from shady blogs anymore. It's in the papers, on YouTube, on podcasts, in mainstream discussions. And Meghan's team, still avoiding, still pretending it's all hate. But at this point, the excuses are unraveling, because this isn't about one rumor. It's about the entire performance. She says she hates royal titles, yet clings to Duchess of Sussex like it's a brand logo. She claims to be about healing and compassion, yet launches rose wine on the birthday of the woman she's constantly compared to, Princess Diana. Let's be real, that wasn't a sweet tribute. That was a marketing stunt, a moment designed to grab attention, make headlines, and slap Diana's name on something commercial. People weren't mad because they're cruel. They were mad because they saw through it. They saw the pattern, the secrecy, the victim narrative, the constant gaslighting. You can't spend years dragging the monarchy, calling your in-laws racist, crying on Oprah's couch, and then act surprised when people start digging into your side of the story. You can't control the weather forever. Eventually, the storm hits back. And that's where Meghan is now, stuck in a whirlwind of her own making. The life she built around image and control is collapsing under the weight of doubt. People no longer believe the narrative, not because they're evil, but because they've been lied to one too many times. And when someone like Boozy tries to scream conspiracy or trolls from the rooftops, he just confirms that there's something worth hiding. If there was truly nothing to this moon bump theory, why not confront it head on? Why not say, here's the truth, here's the proof, let's put this to rest? But that hasn't happened. And until it does, the rumors will keep growing, the videos will keep circulating, the questions will keep piling up, because the public isn't dumb. They're observant, they're skeptical, and they're done being told to shut up and smile. This isn't hate, this is accountability. And Boozy crying about how Meghan's life is a nightmare, that's rich. Because the only nightmare here is the one she scripted herself. Let's not forget, she walked into the most powerful royal family in the world and had the chance to redefine it. She had support, love, a platform to change history, and she blew it. She played the victim when she could have been the voice. She chose spin over sincerity, PR over proof, control over connection. That's not a royal tragedy. That's a self-inflicted downfall. If she had just lived her life, stopped poking the bear, and let the past stay in the past, this wouldn't be the conversation. But instead, every step she's taken has been designed to keep her in the headlines. And now, those headlines are turning on her because people are tired of the circus, tired of the emotional blackmail, tired of being told their questions are hateful when they're really just honest. So what now? Well, Boozy can keep tweeting, Meghan can keep ghosting interviews, Harry can keep writing memoirs, but none of it will work until they answer the simplest question of all.